Hello tribe, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to do a reading based on blockages, and I've been discussing with people for a couple of weeks and having really interesting interactions with people from my own life and also people who are coming to me for advice. And releasing blockages, or rather understanding blockages first of all, it is a really eye-opening experience, because then it can lead you to everything else that was waiting on the other side for you to start flowing in your life, right? So today I had a very interesting conversation with someone too. I've done a reading for, and it was about karmic relationships. And not many people talk about, we can have karmic encounters without physically being with those people. I've seen it happening for people in my life. In the past, I would say nearly 2 years now, where someone would have, let's say, a long-ass crush on someone who doesn't even know that this other person exists. And why is that karmic? That can be karmic because, now, we'd have to take a look at the past behaviors, okay, of yours in relationship, but this can be adding up to your karma, saying, hey, look, this is another karmic situation that you're in. Maybe you're being drawn to emotionally unavailable people. Maybe you're being drawn to someone who's not available right now. Or it can be many scenarios. So being very hung up or having a crush on someone who doesn't even know that you exist, it adds up to that karmic pattern, if you know what I mean. And it depends, or you're gonna learn from it, or you're going to continue carrying on and you're going to have, let's say, a physical karmic connection, right? Where you physically in this connection, where you're going to learn from it other way. So some people learn, it takes them, let's say, 3 relationships to learn from it, or 3 encounters. Some other people can learn from it quicker. So it really depends on you as a person, okay? So now, when it comes to blockages, guys, blockages can be anything in your life. Blockages coming from, let's say, your past when it comes to your finances. Why can't I have this money? Or why can't I have this relationship? Or why can't I have really good relationship with my family, right? So there are so many blockages, and sometimes we don't understand how having blockage on your finances can stop you from having good relationship, or vice versa. Having bad relationship can keep you away from your finances improving. You see, it's a very sensitive subject, and it's very diverse, and it's very unique to everyone's situation. So I'm going to give you 4 piles to choose from, 4 intuitive cards, okay? So try, I think, guys, this is gonna be, there are so many of you, and there's only 4 options. But I would say, if you wanted to listen to this whole reading, go ahead and do so. There might be something for you there, bits and pieces from each card. I'm not sure, but just in case, throwing it out there, okay? So let's start with pile number 1. We have this intuitive card here. Pile number 2. Pile number 3. And pile number 4. So take your pick. Stop the video if you need some more time. I'll also show you all of them at once. And I'm going to see you in the timestamps. Hello tribe, whoever has chosen pile number 1, that intuitive card here, I'm gonna channel before we're gonna tune into this reading, okay? So give me a second here. Take a look at relationship with your mother, because that relationship has impacted you somehow emotionally, that has created some kind of blockage for you. Relationship with mother is quite important here, okay? So let's take a look at what that's talking about. Let me pull this closer to you. Now, if this is not your pile, maybe choose another one because I'm going to be quite specific here. There is a blockage because someone, when they were younger, they were not shown the real world. So this would be someone who was, let's say, too cared for, or who was protected from the bad things happening in the world, or the opposite, okay, who was exposed to a lot of reality checks when they were younger, and it wasn't the right time yet. So that's very important for pile number one, because it seems like whatever has happened at home has created this blockage for you. Now take a look at, does it feel like you can't manifest things at all completely sometimes? It's like everything is maybe starts moving the right way and then bang, it stops. So what this is asking you to do, it seems like you need to forgive someone here. And it's kind of holding you back. So whatever the heaviness on your heart you have, would it be connected to that mother of yours, or someone in your household when you were younger? You need to forgive someone. And it seems like you keep thinking about it and you're like, you know what, doesn't make sense to me. That's what I heard for some of you. But really dig deep there, what was said to you when you were younger. So for example, if you can't manifest, or if you can't create beautiful home, if you can't buy one, right? It seems like something has caused it to happen. So your mindset was shifted somehow so that it wouldn't come to you easily. And that's just an emotional blockage for you guys here. But I'm hearing words were spoken. Words were spoken. So really dig deep what was said before. You might have received some kind of a message from someone in the past that kept you a little bit like, whoa, you know, that's not nice. So take a look at that. Whatever is happening here is happening in your domestic environment. So once you clear out all the blockages and forgive people in your past home where you specifically grew up, is when everything will start moving a little bit quicker for you in your life. Yeah, someone might have lied, might have deceived you, and might have not said something that was quite important for you to know in the past, and that somehow might have shut you down yourself, or there's just that, you know, unbelievable I'm hearing, you know, or anger connected to it. So once you clear out this, everything will start moving faster for you. and that can impact you in your work life. Okay, so you might even encounter people who are not as nice to you. Let's say it can be even in university or in school, and that might show in your work. So really dig deep there and see how you were treated at school too, you know, when you were growing up. It's all about being younger, and what kind of an impact it has to you now, because it seems like you might not be very confident because of the information that was sent to you, or the message that was sent to you, or words that were spoken. And it seems like you might not be comfortable now standing firmly on your 2 feet to get something in your life that is from material realm. So it would be, for example, someone who lived in a family and they were told that, you know, they are only worthy of certain amount of they were only worthy certain amount of attention, or they only could spend that amount of time doing something, and there was always, you know, that cutting off. This person couldn't fully enjoy life, or there was some kind of disturbance to it. Okay, and very importantly for you here, it shows in your career. So you might not be as, in your own eyes, you might not be as capable sometimes as you actually are. Some of you have learned this already. I don't know why you've clicked on this video. Some of you have recently learned this already. But once you start digging back, especially what kind of message was sent to you, a letter, an email, whatever it is that triggered you really badly, it seems like subconsciously it stayed there. And you need to dig it back up in order to deal with it and forget it. Okay, so let's take a look at, if you've cleared this blockage, how would your life be like? If you cleared this blockage, how would your life be like? Okay, then the bottom, it means, I'm taking one from the bottom, that 4 of Wands keeps popping up. So if there was an issue with your home environment, you'd be able to create one for yourself. A happy one. Okay, let's take a look at, if you've cleared this up, how would your life be like? Okay, it keeps wanting me to pull the bottom up. You see, you're releasing some kind of burdens on your shoulders that again has to do with domestic environment here. It seems like there is more for you to understand than just what you've heard here. So I would encourage you to do some research to your past yourself. 6 of Cups. And one more. Some of you might even decide to leave your home here, because maybe some of you are still living in that toxic situation. Whoa, an Empress. Okay, look, so you see what kind of shift is happening here? I think some of you live in a situation that is quite toxic for you here still, or you're still encountering these unhealthy connections in your home or around your home. So once you let those burdens go and you actually go like, you know what, nah, I'm leaving these ones behind. It seems like you're going to be literally brought from universe what was held back from you. And whatever was held back is a very abundant life. It seems like for some of you, you might even have had issues with having a child or children that was part of a blockage, or maybe you were blocked sexually too. And that will be released for you. So especially when it comes to feeling good and seeing yourself as a whole, as a 10, is very important, which would be happening for you, pile number 1. So have you lost somewhere on the way your own beauty, or someone took it away from you? Because it seems like that's coming through for pile number 1 as well here. What kind of life would you live? Oh, it seems like even your communication with people would change. You would be the one who speaks clearly and would act from the fair side, okay? What I mean by fairness, it means that you would be the one who's not afraid of talking your truth, because that sword is pretty big here, if you can see, and it's all about communicating your thoughts clearly. So two major arcanas here. I mean, it's quite strong here. What kind of shift that would happen for you? Not only that you live in a beautiful home. Again, Empress doesn't live in just average home. It doesn't have to be super fancy, but it means it's gonna be for you, okay? And this is also saying you would start being that person sometimes who does tend to bring karma to people. What I mean by that is when someone is actually somehow abusing you verbally, or gets in the way, or keeps nagging you, or keeps annoying you constantly, you wouldn't be afraid of telling them the truth, but in a very fair manner that is quite scary for some people, okay? Let's take a look at what else here. What did I say? Queen of Swords here, right? So this is not only in this deck specifically, you know, about clear communication, no bullshit type, being a little bit cold-hearted when you need to. It's also about sharing that knowledge with other people. So for you guys, once you've cleared that out, it seems like you might even come up with some kind of idea for yourself that maybe you would like to advise people on similar situations in which you've been in the past, and how to release those burdens themselves. And it seems like you could have a really nice group of people listening to you here. So I hope this made sense, pile number one, and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now. Hello, pile number two, whoever has chosen this intuitive card here. When I take a look at your reading, I'm not sure what to expect, we'll see. I'm gonna channel before I start, okay? For you, what I'm feeling intensely here, there was some kind of an issue or a clash with the masculine in your life. Something that was said from them, or maybe some of you simply don't hold enough of masculine. I mean, we all do hold it, but you need to bring it out more. Makes sense? So maybe sometimes you tend to be a little bit soft when communicating with men, and maybe sometimes you feel like you don't express your opinion fully, and maybe sometimes you feel like if you don't have if your masculine is a bit down and your feminine has taken over, it means that you guys probably are more in tune with reminiscing and overthinking, and intuitive side of yours and emotional side of yours. And that has its ups and downs, because you need masculine in order to act in life, in order to really make things happen for yourself. Now, there is two scenarios that I'm seeing here. Someone, I'm sorry if you did, might have been verbally or physically abused by masculine, and that's still in you, which is pretty normal. It takes a really long time for some people to clear this out of the system. For some others of you, what I'm seeing, it seems like why things are not really moving for you, because maybe take a look at it. Are you more in your feminine? Because masculine goes and does without hesitation. Okay, let's move. Let's see what's here. What is the blockage? What is the blockage for pile number two? Okay, let's see. Seven of Wands, the Devil, the Hangman, the Fool, Knight of Pens, Queen of Pens. Okay, let me adjust the camera for you. Okay, So what's happening here? You really need to sometimes stand your ground, which some of you do that in a way that's a bit unhealthy. So you either keep people out, or you either let people, or you either attach yourself. That becomes codependency. So this is a bit a tricky one because there are two very different scenarios. So let me go through one at first. Now, someone was abandoned. There is abandonment issues for sure in this pile, okay? And those abandonment issues might be causing you to be a certain way in this moment. And it seems like once we have abandonment issues, what happens is we tend to hold on to things that are not really good for us. So it can be job or relationship. And that codependency, it can be a little bit difficult to come out of, because if you have been previously abandoned by someone in your family or someone who was close to you, right? You automatically want to cling on to things and hold on to them, even if they don't help you to walk through that cold winter very swiftly. So holding on to their life, onto something, is partly of what your blockage is. Is that a certain project idea that keeps not working out, your job or relationship? It's partly of your blockage. So holding on to things or completely shutting people down. It's one or the other. So once you start letting yourself be less lonely and be less petty, because the pettiness is coming through quite strongly here. So take your scenario, okay? Once you allow yourself to be like, okay, you know what, actually, I'm going to acknowledge this fact that I've been holding on to something that's not really happening for me, and I'm just going to let it go and see where it takes me, because the stagnancy here is quite strong. So really in your life, what you have to pay attention to, what wasn't working out for you for a really long time. So let's say if you were working on a certain project that wasn't working out for you for a really long time, and you keep pushing it to do it, to make it work, maybe take a step back. Maybe it's not for you, because no is also a way of direction. It shows you which direction you have to go. Now, another thing, what I'm seeing here, it seems like some of you, it's like beating the dead horse, I'm seeing, okay? So really pay attention to patterns in your life. And this can be, I keep seeing you holding on to something that's making you feel cold. So what you need to do in this case is to start walking away from something that was happening repeatedly in your life. So take a look at the patterns in your life, okay? Take a look at what specifically, which part of your personal life was kind of happening all over again. Similar situations, different maybe people or different jobs, or just different scenarios, but it's the same thing. Because that has to be released for yourself here. You have to release yourself from that. Because the more you hold on to it, the slower everything will be happening for you. So there's a big blockage of stagnancy here happening. Are you allowing people in your heart? Or are you allowing them to take over your emotions so much that you become codependent and you can't see yourself anymore in that connection? One or the other, because in one case there's someone who's really like, nope, not gonna let you in, nope, don't want to be emotional, okay? So it's one or the other. So let's take a look at how your life would be like if you have released this pattern, if you have released this blockage. Now for some others, what I said at the beginning, I would really dig into relationship with that man who was really unhealthy for you, or who was who didn't treat you right, especially from family. can be uncle, grandpa, dad, okay? So really pay attention in general to men in your life. Pile number 2. How would your life be once you have cleared these blockages for yourself? Okay, it seems like it will put you on the path of soul searching, self-discovery. Self-discovery is quite important for pile number 2. And talking without any masks on. So talking very clearly with people and not being afraid of standing in place of fairness. You gotta understand that you're kings or queens here, pile number 2. I think you've lost it along the way somewhere. Because the card that you've chosen from my intuitive deck is representing Emperor or Empress. So you gotta come back to that. How would your life be? We have, oh, I really love this Queen of Cups. Look at that ocean. I'm gonna show you from close up. How would your life be? Look, so you really know how to navigate both your emotional side and your communication here with people. So you know when to be cold and when to be really warm and very loving towards people. And that comes after self-growth. So don't be surprised if you, once you have actually got a grasp of what it is that's blocking you, that's in your field, in your energy field, dug deep down there, that you've pulled out, dealt with, and got rid of, it seems like you might decide to be on your own for some time or be a little bit in solitude. And that time, it would be very crucial for you in order to become someone new here, because you have a really good balance in the future between speaking your truth or showing your true self to people here and also loving. I'm hearing washing away everything. Okay, let's see. How would your life be? Three of Cups, and here we go. The celebrations are coming through here. If anyone ever was affecting you in a way where you couldn't see your friends or family as much, watch out, because that's your first red flag. Just saying, not for all of you, definitely. There's someone out there who needs to hear this. Because it seems like this person is coming out to the world, okay? Yeah, here we go. Again, that devil energy is here, right? Exactly when I thought of not a very nice relationship. So that would be including someone who might have narcissistic qualities. And please don't throw around this terminology narcissist just because someone wasn't, let's say, good enough for you or didn't treat you right, and it was kind of karmic. Narcissists are really like karmic level 1000, where they F you up so bad that some people need therapy. So we really need to be careful how we use certain words. How would your life be? So I want to clarify this devil here that came out. Okay, look, it seems like, so we talked a bit of a solitude and then you becoming like this full self. I mean, this is a very interesting combo. Queen of Swords and Queen of Cups is like such opposing energies when it comes to emotions. So if you ever needed to communicate your thoughts clearly, or if you wanted to come out and show yourself to the world, that's your pile, because that's how you would be if you've cleared it. Even this Queen of Cups here, let me focus a bit. Oh no, the light's just very intense. It seems like, yeah, she's gonna give you that cup, but she's not gonna fall for any lies, you see? She's not gonna fall for fake appreciation or fakeness that's being offered to her. Okay, now what's happening, why this devil popped up, seems like what you're taking from this really toxic experience here is somehow whatever that interaction was that has left just a scar or dark spot in you, it seems like you would be able to use it for the better, and that would even somehow bring you fruit of labor. It's a bit more like you making, and I really hate the saying, you know, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade, and it's so cliche, but that's pretty much what's happening here. You would somehow use that experience for your own good, okay, and make the best out of it. So I hope this made sense, pile number 2, and I wish to see you next time. Bye for now. Hello tribe, whoever has chosen the 3rd intuitive card here, we're going to take a look at your reading, and I want to channel before we start, okay? And then we're going to take a look at tarot. Oh, pile number 3. I mean, I'm going to be specific in this one, so if it's not your pile, maybe just listen through it and pick bits and pieces that are yours, okay, and leave the rest. But there's a lot of fear in this one, and there's a lot of fear because of a certain accident or a certain unfortunate event that might have happened quickly or unexpectedly. So it might be loss of someone, or it might be you physically being in some kind of event, even if it happened when you were little and it's stuck in your subconscious, okay? It can be the smallest accident with a bike, or accident where you were in a car and it wasn't that bad, it was just a little bump, you know, when someone was, yeah. And I'm literally seeing a situation where there is a kid in the back, you know, and there is some kind of an accident, but it's not major. It doesn't have to be major, okay? And it scared the F out of that kid, and then they've forgotten about it over time, but it's still stuck deep in you, okay, in your emotional space somehow, and that created a blockage. So whatever blockage it is for pile number 3, it seems like overall doesn't matter what happened, it has created fear. So now we're gonna be taking a look at this a bit more. What's the blockage? What's the blockage, pile 3? Okay, let's see. What's the blockage? Are you afraid of water, some of you? Something might have happened in the water. Two of Cups. Do you feel like you're afraid to make decisions on your own? Kind of want them to be like that, and then I'm gonna pull 2 more. Because someone is afraid to make decisions on their own in case it leads to disaster, or in case it leads to failure. And for some others of you, it seems like someone is blocking their heart chakra AF here too. But that fear is the big thing here. The fear of unknowingness. I'm trying to please people. Yeah. One sec. One more. Now, for some of you, this might be a blockage for you that leads to you not being able to make really serious connections, especially when it comes to business, or when it comes to having really truthful and very valuable connections in life, which is friends. and Lovers for some of you. It seems like that fear of being afraid to make a decision or being afraid of going off track or opening your heart is blocking somehow your material realm here. So, are you open to relationship, or are you, if you are, it's fine, it's not your storyline, or are you fearful that you're going to choose incorrectly here? Because what you have to concentrate on here, I don't know why, but this is coming through mostly for pile 3, friendships. So, you know, there's that saying, show me who your friends are, I'm gonna tell you your future. And that very much vibes with pile number 3. So if you wanna be successful in life, you truly have to surround yourself with quality people. Don't juggle 2 people at once here. Don't try to stretch yourself out and be nice to people, pile number 3. What's needed for you here is to understand which people keep you bound once you offer the cup of love to them, and which people elevate you to another level, another dimension. You know, it's very strong here, guys, for you. It's all about finding groundingness in the space of certain connections. Because giving yourself too much, it's gonna keep you bound. That's your blockage. Okay? And very much, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to make decisions on your own, because you have all the knowledge that you need, pile number 3. All you have to do is to make the first step. And even if you'll fail, it's gonna be a great lesson, because you can't progress otherwise. None of us can progress. Okay? So really pay attention to that. Now we're gonna take a look at, once you've cleared this situation, this blockage for yourself. Okay, so let's say you decided to just take risks, or just without asking people for permission or advice, making decisions in your life, or opening yourself up to people who truly belong in your tribe, and leaving those who keep you bound behind. Let's see what kind of life you would lead. Okay, let's take a look at this pile 3. So what kind of pile 3, what kind of life? And I feel like switching decks for you, the only pile. Interesting. Let's take my creative deck. Probably you have creative souls here. The textured tarot. So what kind of life would you be living once you have cleared that out for yourself? You see? And that's coming through, look. That's coming through as taking this step, even if you feel like you're gonna fail, you're gonna fall off. Okay? So this is again saying you are all right, you are good, and you should be making mistakes and falling off that hill and chasing things that you want. That's gonna be part of the progress for you. So really, don't be afraid to go out there and fail as many times as you need to. Listen to Priyanka Chopra's motivational videos where she's talking about failure. Okay? Because for some of you, it's so deep in you that it seems like you don't even believe you can come out of it. And if you believe so, then you probably won't. So really think what you need to do, how much fear that actually causes you. Because that's transitioning for some of you in your physical body. That fear. So fear can create pain in the physical body. Pay attention to that. Someone needed to hear this with that 8 of Swords. What kind of life would be living? Two of Cups. Knight of Swords. And Ten of Pentacles. So what this is telling me in this case is that you guys might even have a very stable future for yourself waiting ahead of you, okay? Now, the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Wands, and it's a very fun card to look at, okay? Now, look, what's happening here, for some of you, going to have to fail and get used to failing, especially if you want to reach financial success that is not just average, okay? It's saying it's going to be part of your progress, and you have to do that, okay? You have to do that. You're going to come out of it. And it seems like you'll start talking to yourself a little bit nicer than you used to before, where you might even attract a partnership for yourself in the future that's been waiting for you, or you might be attract a... But that stability is again connected to the partnership. It's connected with a very secure family life here for you that's waiting on the other side. So it seems like, guys, for you, taking those risks. So on the other side of this sphere for you, we have a very stable family, or a very stable connection. If you do have a family and you're looking for better financial success, that's it, because Ten of Pentacles is all about being very abundant financially. That tree is very, look at those roots, how strong they are, right? So it's a very strange scenario for pile number 3, because it seems like you have to get burned before you have it real good. Okay, and you have it real good here. Two of Cups and Ten of Pentacles, man, watch out for that, okay? But in order to get there, you have to loosen the grip. You have to loosen yourself from situations even that keeping you bound right now. What's keeping you bound? Because if you moved your hands, you could see that you have a knife and you could free yourself. But are you changing anything up about the situation that's not working out for you? Not working out for you right now, okay? You have to move your hands. You have to do something, okay, in order to clear this out for yourself, because then stability is waiting on the other side, okay? So I hope this made sense, and I'm gonna catch you next time. Bye for now. Hello pile 3 people, so let's start with channeled messages and we're gonna go from there, okay? So give me a minute. Whoa, that's a very different scenario to any other pile. You might be aiming for a career or a project, creative project of some sort. You might be working on something that might not necessarily be your path, which is fine not to be on your path, because it's gonna lead you to understanding if it's not gonna make you happy, or if you'll get stuck and you'll start looking, you know, I do see you looking towards different horizons in the future. If you'll start looking towards different horizons, it means that you need to move, and don't be afraid of moving from one career to another. And if you are on your path and you certainly know about this, it means that, or if your soul just is fulfilled doing whatever you're doing right now, you don't have a lot of blockages here, because what I'm seeing, what you can possibly expect is somehow shifting that project or that career around, or your perception might change about it. There's something about it that you would just shift around for yourself just because you'll want to, okay? So there might be another branch, you know, I do see like one main branch that you're working on, and then it branches out to little ones here. So it might be something new. But for a lot of you, it seems like the blockage here is something that you may be trying to push to happen, and it keeps being stuck. So maybe a different approach is needed for you guys, okay? If you're feeling stuck, even if you have a very good energy about you. So you're someone who doesn't like to sit on a couch and do nothing. You are motivated and you're driven, but sometimes you might miss out on core factors, you know, why is not moving as great as you've maybe imagined it. So this thing, hey, shift it around a bit, you know, maybe take a look at different path and then see how you feel there, because it seems like someone is forcing something to work. Okay, let's take a look at what's the blockage. Whatever is not happening for you now, it's making you feel cold and lonely. It's not underappreciated, okay? Lack of appreciation. Walking through difficulties alone. Here we go. So, okay, look at this. Do you create a lot of it in your own head? Can you sleep properly? Are you anxious or depressed? See, another blockage for you, for some others of you here, is you're not bringing enough of your inner child out. And why that is important, because once you bring your inner child out, you view life from a more light-hearted space than you do view sometimes as a grown-up human being. So don't be so serious all the time for pile number 4. That's partly why you're being blocked out here. It seems like you keep thinking about the next thing you're gonna do, or you keep forcing yourself to perform, and you causing that to yourself to become a blockage, especially if you tend to overwork yourself or overanalyze things about work. You're causing that for yourself. There's not as much of external sources here that are blocking this progress of yours, as much as you sometimes even don't want to accept help. Okay, you can't accept help. You're so used to doing things on your own, and you're so used to overcoming difficulties, mental difficulties, you know, emotional issues that you have. You're like, I got it, I don't need anyone. Now, you know what, try accepting help and see where that leads you. And you're like, nope, I don't need it. Guard in your chest, I don't need anything. There's a lot of blue here. Pay attention to throat chakra. There's a need for you to connect. There's a need for you to share your thoughts with others and ask for help. Okay, really ask for help. You're not meant to live this life sorting problems on your own. You're meant to be vulnerable sometimes and be seen at your worst by others. How much of that are you showing? Because otherwise people can't help you. And there's a lot of people who do want to help you here. Look how guarded you are. See? Don't come near me. And again, the inner child that I talked about is hiding behind this woman. Bring it out. Bring this boy out, okay? Bring him out and let him play for once. Because pile number 4 is all about being independent. It's all about taking care of things on your own, going through difficulties on your own. Ask for help. It's okay to be helped. But no one's gonna hear you unless you literally ask for it, you know. So it seems like for you it's very important not to go on your own sometimes. And there's a lot of energy here of being alone and being by yourself and not opening up to people. So even today, if you feel like crap, message your friend and really truly tell them how you feel. If you're not feeling that way, next time you will, try it out. Because I heard someone, I don't remember who told me that, now it clicked with me. Someone told me, oh, I know who did, but I'm not gonna disclose this person here. One of my friends told me that the moment they learned how to accept help from other people, doesn't matter how big those gestures or how small they were, is when everything else started working out and everything else started flowing. So take your inner child out for play. Don't take things so seriously, because you're creating this blockage for yourself here. The more detached and alone in darkness you're going to be, the more of the blockage you're going to create for yourself here. Connect with someone, but truly like on this deep ass level, okay? Like, don't be afraid to be vulnerable. And I had such an amazing conversation today with my friend, one of my friends, and we truly talked about a lot of like deep things. You know, people usually, you see them talking like that after probably 4th glass of wine, but she called me like, I think it was afternoon, and we just started chatting, and then it turned into this whole convo. And we started talking about how different aspects of our life is working as a blockage for us. And through that conversation, we uncovered so many things. But you see, you have to be open to being vulnerable, which is difficult sometimes. But that's what's gonna uncover a lot of wonderful things for you guys. Just allow them to come to you, okay? Allow good things to come to you by opening your hands. So let's see. How would your life be once you have sorted this out for yourself, and if you've unblocked any aspect that's keeping you bound or keeping you away from certain manifestations? How would your life be? Powerful. Queen of Pentacles. The Fool. Here we go, that 9. Ooh, that's a story, okay. 9 of Swords. Still want to control everything, don't you? Because the Fool is not trying to control his life, right? And the Emperor is the opposite. The Emperor wants certain order in his life. Therefore, in between the two, we have still a bit of that fear coming through here, where you like, I don't know about this, you know, I can't be foolish. Like, I mean, come on, I can't live my life where I haven't planned my next step. Therefore, it's giving you this anxiety here a bit still, okay? So it seems like, well, it's obviously the case, because for us people, it seems like for others that once you've cleared this blockage, as if it's never gonna come back, you know, as a shadow. It tends to come back, but it comes through our thoughts, you know, like, I'm feeling, but that's coming from the past, shut it down, like that's what you've cleared already, but it's still lingering there like a ghost, you know. So I'm usually saying to people how I work with my own head is like thoughts that are not bringing any favors in my life. I try to train my mind to sit down like a dog, you know. Every time that thought comes in, I'm like, sit down, okay, no. So it's like training a dog, training your own mind. And it can be difficult because people sometimes don't want to make it their routine, you know, but that has to be a routine if you want to completely change the core beliefs in your system. And it has to be done over a certain amount of time. Okay, what kind of life would you live? Oh, that was messy. Not feeling it, guys. One sec. Not feeling it. Okay. That was coming out. Look, you guys need to make it your routine. Okay? So whatever happened in the past, especially those who have been in some kind of traumatic event, you're gonna have to find ways to deal with it. Because it seems like someone is even afraid of their own success here. With that Emperor, okay, and the Fool. So if I'm going, so we're starting with the Queen of Pentacles, someone who's super grounded. So you're gonna firstly tune into your groundingness. One second, I'm gonna focus. You're gonna be like, okay, let me note all of this down. Let me concentrate on my finances, on my career, whatever it is, guys. And then you might decide to really bring that inner child out, or act first and think later, and that's gonna make you pretty scared because you're not used to it. You're used to planning things out, okay? And look, that somehow brings you in a place of order with the Emperor here. And this Emperor is quite powerful in this deck, because if you look even at this Wolf over here, it's quite a scary card, isn't it? So it seems like that is scaring you. Having complete control over your life in a healthy way is scaring you, because it seems like you guys, you know that you can get something, but you rather hide away from that success because you kept in fears here. So fears of success is a real thing here. And that's why we have this Five of Cups coming through, okay? Because there's a very similar skyline here. You guys, you have two cards that are talking about that, what I talked about before. You're gonna have to train yourself, train your head, train your mind, okay? Really train your mind until you're fully in control of it. Because for some of you who's battling depression or anxiety, it's not one-time thing. And you're going to get there. I mean, look at this Emperor in this deck. And it seems like when I said, you know, training the dog to sit, it kind of reminds me of the action, you know, where you like sit, you know, that's the way he is. Yeah, that, it seems like that's what he would like to say in this card. And afterwards, so you're gonna have to be a bit patient, pile number 4. Afterwards, you're gonna start seeing the fruit of labor with the Seven of Pentacles here, okay? So you're gonna have to spend time with yourself and really give yourself that time, because this is your own input for a better life. And you're gonna start seeing this fruit, the fruit of labor, of how everything will start falling into places in your life with that Emperor, really falling into places how things have to be. And there's a lot of lightheartedness about this person here, you know, innocence too. So maybe you'll start believing in innocence again, because maybe you've lost it somewhere along the way. I hope this made sense, and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.